I'll say the enemy is definitely the people that's above all of us. Like that's what I'm gonna scream every time. Like the Govy, you know what I'm saying? The Govy that keeps on playing all of us. Like they all got this big ass pie, and we keep like tugging at the crumbs and fighting for them, and then wondering why things ain't really progressing the way that we want them to progress. All right. While we wait for that, the next song we are getting into, and it's funny how I line things up here, or how things got lined up, because I did this the last three songs with my man Stan Walker, and it was on the peace and togetherness tip, and I got into my rants and my tandems a little bit, and now we're getting into a song with my man Goatworthy. It's called Black Republican. Now I know Black Republican from Jay-Z and Nas, but I also know my man Goat. I know my man Goat. Shout out Goat. He also had his interview with Adam Calhoun, and he's also got his album, The Inevitable. So don't forget to check that out. Go subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Now he dropped this song called Black Republican, and I know the climate. I know where things have been going, so I'm not gonna be out here sugarcoating. I've never been a sugarcoating type of brother. You know what I'm saying? That's never been me. So I know the direction of where this may go, but you know what I'm saying? I've listened to every song Gold drop. You know what I mean? Whether it's something that I stand with, whether it's not something I stand with. I think we all can agree to disagree on things and still be able to, be adults and have conversations, not avoid things, and X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think as adults, we can still do that despite how we may feel. Because this goes back to despite how we feel politically, because this is what it's all about, politically, religion-wise, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, as long as we have the togetherness, and we have respect for one another, whatever you think or whatever you stand on is how it is. Now, nobody's here to try to convince or what do you say? Yeah, nobody's here to convince or change nobody's mind. I think that's never been my intention. I feel like a lot of people feel like they need to do that, but people have to realize, like, people are going to believe what they believe in. People are going to stand on their square, and people are going to feel how they feel based off of what they've looked at, researched, or experienced. You know what I'm saying? And I think the more people actually talk and share those experiences and share those actual sources versus feelings and everything, I think we can go a long way. We can build a lot more together than apart. But long as we in America keep being more separated than together, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the political climate in our country, it's more or less the bigger powers or the higher powers that be versus us. But a lot of people want to pick these sides and have these allegiance to certain things, whether it's based off of the feelings of the party, whether it's based off the feelings due to religion, but none of it seems to be the overall togetherness of society. Like, that's for me on the outside looking in as a person who doesn't choose a side. You know what I'm saying? Who's somebody who's more in the middle. And when I say I don't choose a side, like, I don't choose a side based off of like a religious view or political view or anything. Like, I look at it for an overall society point of view. And in my opinion, I think both sides are detrimental to society as we watch here today in the world. You know what I mean? We see this go on time and time again, but we as a people keep falling for the same tricks, same okie dokes, and we keep doing stuff. So with that long rant going into this song, before I go into it, because I just got a feeling. I just have a feeling that's where we're gonna go with like this song here. And once again, I've always liked my man's Goat songs. That's not to say I'm not gonna like this song either based off the title. I'm just giving my pre notion beforehand. But we're all open to criticism too. You know what I'm saying? And if we agree to disagree, that's fine. But we can never be offended about how somebody critiques something if it's in a respectable manner. You know what I'm saying? If you're disrespectful, you're going off the rock and you don't know how to conduct yourself with it, that's a different conversation. But if people like to rage quit because people simply just feel a way about somebody's opinion, because that's really what it is. Two people just be feeling a way about people's opinions. Because I know for me, like, I'm never going off the disrespectful end. Like, I just share my opinion and I be out. So a lot of people be on some weird shit with that. But I hope people don't take whatever I'm saying as I'm not fucking with Goat or whatever. Because, you know, a lot of people will take things and be like, oh, well, you're not, like, no. I can still be a mature adult and be like, okay, if he wants to be a conservative Republican or whatever the fuck we want to talk about with these sides here, I don't give a shit. Long as you respectful to me, and long as we have solid conversations about everything, we don't, because there's so many other things to talk about still outside of like fucking politics and fucking religion and all this other stuff that you know, people get their panties in a bunch about. Now, I've been caught up in the middle of it, but that's just because here I am in the space. Like, the fuck, sometimes it happens. But we're still here to show support, show love to a fellow brother of mine. And like I said, as always, like, we can agree to disagree with shit. But we're going to get into the Black Republican song. We're going to see what my man Goatworthy, a.k.a. Manny, is on. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and let's see what we got going on here.
The Democratic Party, I'm going to say it tonight, it is anti-family. The party pushes stuff that's anti-life.
These are parents that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals.
Slavery started with the Democratic Party. Jim Crow.
What up, Doe? What's poppin', Doe? What up, Paul? Let me play this back. We got some voices in the background right now. We got some real prominent figures
The Democratic Party, I'm going to say it tonight, it is anti-family. The party pushes stuff that's anti-life.
These are parents that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals.
Slavery started with the Democratic Party. Jim Crow was established by Democrats. Look at the history of the family.
They calling me a black Republican in the corrupt government. It's time I bring the map to the hood. I'm not judging them. Anytime that I'm back in the hood, these race hustlers are never screaming for black lives in our circumferences. Black Republican, cause I won't succumb to them. Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. Then lock us up so they no fathers, they the humble sons. I was raised in that place where the hope was thin, where they package trauma tight just to cope through it. See, they sell you victimhood, that's how they coach you in. But Jesus sacrificed the goat for you to cope through sin. But I don't vote for the man, I vote for the plan. Policies over politicians, hope you understand. I was liberal in the mind, and now I'm literal with the land. And if you ain't with that light, then you brittle in the sand. Slick talk on the left, but it's just rituals and scams. They sell you gender wars, and then they ditch you in the land. Never fixed up the famine, never stitched up the pain. Just replaced the black father with the check in the brand. Said that I'm conservative, I guess that means I murder scripts. Cause once you have the word within, your burdens don't bring turbulence. You still regurgitate the news, dog. You gotta earn your wins. The straps are by your boots, laces loose is how we wore our Timbs. Same rhetoric, fashion became heritage, and culture was religion. Dependent living no benefits. Push out the father instead of just living celibate. My people's got the highest abortion rate in America. Self-detriment is what we are inheriting. This is embarrassing, just look at Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, your seeds are never bearing fruit. He didn't pop your cherry, so this ain't your first merry-go. Cold with the chrome and they cloning all their tendencies. Stroll through your homes like it's Rome without no penalties. Known for the smoke later on, he crying let me free. Broke cause we own all the blame, not the enemy. We glorify killers then ignore the consequence. And then we mourn the ones we lost as if we didn't sponsor it. Ain't no fathers in the field, just false bravados in a sentence. Accountability's extinct, that's why the progress is. They calling me a black Republican in the corrupt government. It's time I bring the map to the hood. I'm not judging them. Anytime that I'm back in the hood, these race hustlers are never screaming for black lives in our circumferences. Black Republican, cause I won't succumb to them. Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. Then lock us up so they no fathers, they the humble sons. They crumble young, then they wonder why we fumble funds. Raised with gun talk doubles as the jungle drums. Tunnel lungs, breathing stress like it's oxygen. Waking up to sirens, not psalms or the gospel hums. This is where the summer's numb, justice runs. Only love we knew, dog, would come with the muzzle tongues. Product of the corner, studied under thunder suns. Lightning in my bloodline, pressure in my mother's lungs. Wasn't handed nothing, really had the muscle crumbs. Every day's a war zone, but still I could tussle tons. They fed me lies, said my future was a puzzle done. But I saw the kings fall and knew I wasn't one of them. Now I tell the youth, don't trust what the devil brung. He'll sell you death wrapped in chains with the bezel spun. Make your own lane, don't run with the settle run. Cause you ain't just a product, you're the sum of what's yet to come. Black Republican in the corrupt government. It's time I bring the map to the hood. I'm not judging them. Anytime that I'm back in the hood, these race hustlers are never screaming for black lives in our circumferences. Black Republican, cause I won't succumb to them. Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. Then lock us up so they no fathers, they the humble sons.
Being friendly and being a friend, I think, are two different things. It is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro.
All right, we got a lot to unpack here. Now, I'll start from the end a little bit with the Malcolm X speech and stuff, because it goes back to my whole overall point. Though he says that, and that's a clip from probably a whole interview or whatever. I can't remember the whole interview off the top of my head, and I've watched that interview. But either way, I don't disagree with the statement that Malcolm's using in this to fuel the point of the liberals this. But I'm also feeling like it's not to defend what Republicans do. You know what I'm saying? Or what the overall government system does is how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? As far as that goes. 'Cause I feel like both parties are two of the same coin. That's really where I always stand with it. So to his point, yes, he is pointing out the fact that a white liberal may be racist and et cetera, but he's also going to tell you that, you know, the government sucks as well too. I don't know. I don't know about that part. We can debate that. This isn't a history class as much, you know what I'm saying, because we're going to use what we want to use to fuel our points. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that I don't disagree with that portion of it in regards to the message as far as that goes, because like I say, it goes back to what I stay saying, that it's both sides. Now, do I feel like this song might have been falling for the okie doke a little bit? Just a tad, because it's more of like you've leaned now into the Republican conservative thing, which is like, let the people label how they're going to label you. You've always stood on the faith of God and like your Christian views and everything else. So it's like, don't let the comments make you do this. I'm not saying that they made you do this. I'm just giving my opinion on it. But it's more or less like, don't own something if like, you know, you stood on one side of it. You could have been somebody who stood on your Christian values and your conservative beliefs and everything else. Now, I'm gonna have to play it back because it's just one of those, like I said, it's a lot to unpack. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely something that I hear. Now, song-wise, hold on, let me go back to song-wise. Song-wise, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. You know what I'm saying? And that's part bias. You know what I'm saying? It's part bias, but I would say I agree to disagree with certain stances and points that he's making in the song, but I like the way the video was shot. I liked how he rapped. I liked his flows and stuff, but I don't fully agree with the overall message in the song, because it goes back to what I'm always saying, is that I feel like if we're gonna utilize our platforms here and spread a message, it's more or less about pointing the finger at all sides and at both sides, rather than trying to like convince people that it's just liberals or the left or the blue, you know what I'm saying, or whatever that whole thing is. I'd rather have it be a fair game and fair finger pointing. And I think that's my overall point with this song too, is that I wish he would have used it to kind of cover both points, but he's going into the whole, the liberals did this and the liberals are doing that. And I don't know if that's because maybe he feels that people feel like the liberals are just saints, but I don't think that. You know what I'm saying? I'm personally saying I don't think that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the liberals are saints, because I'm somebody who screams multiple times that, you know, if we stop playing this game and we work with each other together, this would be a whole lot, you know, better to deal with than, you know, let's just choose sides. And if you on that side, I don't know what to say. I think he said something about that. If you're over there, you getting left or whatever. But I'm going to play it back, you know what I'm saying, because I want to just listen to it straight through. And that's like my first initial reaction. But I want to talk about it, you know what I'm saying, because this, once again, you put songs out here like this, it's open for criticism. You know what I'm saying? That's not to change about how I feel about you, how I look at you, or anything like that. But I know how some people get, you know what I'm saying? And when you do things like this, you're open for the criticism, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it just happens like that. Still fuck with you. That's what we always gonna say. I still fucks with you. You still my dude. Cause this politics shit don't make me like rage quit on people. You know what I'm saying? This shit don't make me feel away. It don't make me change my relationships or anything. Cause at the end of the day, I think your overall point is still good in nature. You know what I mean? As far as like having people together. But this point of approach, I'm gonna disagree with most people that do this, because it's not playing fair. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's playing fair with like calling out both sides. People are utilizing their platforms to just lean towards one side. And I'm not trying to change nobody's mind in that, but that's why I'm also like, damn, people really do commit to these sides super hard. But we're gonna play it back. Shout out GOAT. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my man's channel. But here we go, dog. Oh, well, let me do a little bit of that. This is not your song. This is not your song, Brody. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let me know what y'all think in the comments as well. This is not your song, dog. Oh, damn. Go back to what the fuck I was listening to. We gonna cut that part out because that was just too long.
Party, I'm gonna say it tonight. It is anti-family. The party pushes stuff that
I don't know who that is, but yeah, I don't know who that part is. I don't know who that is.
anti-life.
These are parents that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals.
Slavery started with the Democratic Party. Jim Crow was established by Democrats.
See, and the thing is too, it's like when people try to say that like information got to be pivotal here, because I'm like, yo, it'd be like the KKK started were left-wing Democratic people, and that's just a false statement.
Look at the history of the family.
They calling me a black Republican.
I just wish I knew who some of these people were that I'm hearing right now, because some of these voices don't sound familiar. I know Malcolm's in there, but who the fuck are some of these other people?
Look at the history of the family.
Like, who's that?
They calling me a black Republican in the corrupt government. It's time I bring the map to the hood. I'm not judging them. Anytime that I'm back in the hood, these race hustlers are never screaming for black lives in our circumferences. Black Republican, cause I won't succumb to them. Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. They lock us up so they no fathers, they the humble sons. I was raised in that place where the hope was thin, where they package trauma tight just to cope through it. See, they sell you victimhood, that's how they coach you in. But Jesus sacrificed the goat for you to cope through sin. But I don't vote for the man, I vote for the plan. Policies over politicians, hope you understand.
All right, so over these policies and all this other stuff, because I guess we're going to get a little political right now. As terms of what's going on today, I guess, did you vote for that? I just want to know. Did you vote for what's going on today with like people's benefits getting cut, healthcare possibly being doubled, the big beautiful bill that's kind of not benefiting any of us as people? Like, this ain't black versus white. This is middle class, poor, you know what I'm saying? And people that just kind of don't have that luxury, which is the majority of Americans. So did you vote for that? Cause like what's the plan? Like, a lot of people say they do the policies and all that shit like that, but like, they never explain thoroughly what these policies that they voted for. So I just ask those questions to anybody that says that. And once again, I love you, GOAT, but you put yourself in the line on this. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in the line for me to ask you these questions. I want to know what type of policies that you supported at the end of the day as well, too. And we don't have to have the conversation, but it just goes back to, like, I just have those type of questions. Like, we make these, you know, we make these statements, but then it's like when people ask the questions, nobody has the answers. And that's not saying you, GOAT. That's not saying you. But that's people in general when they say these statements.
Where the hope was thin, where they package trauma tight just to cope through it. See, they sell you victimhood, that's how they coach you in. But Jesus sacrificed the goat for you to cope through sin. But I don't vote for the man, I vote for the plan. Policies over politicians, hope you understand. I was liberal in the mind, and now I'm literal with the land. And if you ain't with that light, then you brittle in the sand. So talk on the left, but it's just rituals and scams. They tell you gender wars, and then they ditch you.
My bad, Brody. My bad.
I was liberal in the mind, and now I'm literal with the land. And if you ain't with that light, then you brittle in the sand. So talk on the left, but it's just rituals and scams. They sell you gender wars, and then they ditch you in the land. Never fixed up the famine, never stitched up the pain. Just replaced the black father with the check in the brand. Said that I'm...
So I'm just saying though, like, what has the, because like for me, I'm like, the last time I checked, everything that's been going on, they run all the three major parts of government. They run the branches. They run specific parts of the branches that are controlling what's going on. So they run everything that's going on that people are saying that on the right. Because now I guess people on the right are saying the left are complaining about the things that the party that you guys are on are doing. So why is this finger pointing at the left is always what confuses me. You know what I'm saying? This goes back to, like I said, like everybody's being played right now. He's being played for Boo Boo the Fool.
Rituals and scams. They sell you gender wars and then they ditch you in the land. Never fixed up.
But aren't the Republicans selling you guys gender wars and all this stuff though too? Like, aren't they saying no more sharing bathrooms, get rid of all these LGBTQ monuments, do all this? Like, they're selling you guys this as if that's the problem. They're selling as if the progression of just equality and togetherness for everybody is the problem. Am I just missing something here? Am I stuck in the fucking Matrix or something? Am I stuck in the Matrix, dog? Like, I'm just confused on how people are not seeing that this is all one big game.
Famine never stitched up the pain. Just replaced the black father with the check in the brand. Said that I'm conservative, I guess that means I murder scripts. Cause once you have the word within, your burdens don't bring turbulence. You still regurgitate the news, dog. You gotta earn your wins. The straps are by your boots, laces loose is how we wore our Timbs. Same rhetoric, fashion became heritage.
And that's another thing. People ain't regurgitating the news. These are quick Google searches. A lot of these things are quick Google searches that people say that is like, do your research on all this. These are quick Google searches, dog. These are quick Google searches. Use your 3 sources. You know what I'm saying? Use your 3 sources of information. You know what I'm saying? Credible sources. Because remember, these sources got to be credible. So you get 3 of those. And if you get 3 of those that kind of give you the same answers, like, ain't that kind of how it go? Like, no, I don't watch TV. I don't watch Fox News or the TV. Like, I use Google and shit. So it's like, the stuff I look up, like, the stuff's right there on the internet for you.
Culture was religion, dependent living no benefits. Push out the father instead of just living celibate. My people's got the highest abortion rate in America. Self-detriment is what we are inheriting. This is embarrassing, just look at Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, your seeds are never bearing fruit. He didn't pop your cherry, so this ain't your first merry-go. Cold with the chrome and they cloning all their tendencies. Stroll through your homes like it's Rome without no penalties. Known for the smoke later on, he crying let me free. Broke cause we own all the blame, not the enemy. We glorify killers, then ignore the consequence.
I'll say the enemy is definitely the people that's above all of us. Like, that's what I'm gonna scream every time. Like, the Govy, you know what I'm saying? The Govy that keeps on playing all of us. Like, they all got this big ass pie, and we keep like tugging at the crumbs and fighting for them, and then wondering why things ain't really progressing the way that we want them to progress. And it's like the abortion thing. That statement, as far as the fact, isn't wrong. But that's not the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really the problem. I think we have a bigger problem than these face value things that people focus on. I think there's a bigger problem, in my opinion. That's just really what it is too. It's just a bigger problem, dog. Like, these face value points that us common folks deal with or see every day, it's a bigger problem than that. You know what I mean? So everybody voted, you know what I'm saying, 42 million Americans, unless that's fake news too, you know what I'm saying, or whatever you want to talk about. 42 Americans voted to, have their benefits and certain things cut off and their insurance policies doubled and stuff. And like, what do we mean, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we were supposed to be together as a people.
Now we mourn the ones we lost as if we didn't sponsor it. Ain't no fathers in the field, just false providos in a sentence. Accountability's extinct, that's why the progress is they calling me a black Republican in the corrupt government. It's time I bring the map to the hood, I'm not judging them. Anytime that I'm back in the hood, these race hustlers are never screaming for black lives in our circumferences. Black Republican, cause I won't succumb to them. Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. Then lock us up so they no fathers, see the humble son. They crumble young, then they wonder why we fumble funds. Raised with gun talk doubles as the jungle drums.
I don't disagree with that line. Like, a lot of us don't get taught, the economic stuff, but that's, once again, that's people in general. People in general don't get taught this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't disagree with that.
They want the government to mother them, then lock us up so they no fathers, see the humble son. They crumble young, then they wonder why we fumble funds. Raised with gun talk doubles as the jungle drums. Tunnel lungs, breathing stress like it's.
But to y'all point with Google buries the truth, you got to dig for it. That's why I say you need 3 sources. You know what I'm saying? You need 3 credible sources. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to like do research. Like, research doesn't mean you just look at like a link and then you just move on. Like, you got to like compare and contrast your information and stuff like that. Like, that's a fact. But to say that Google's a lie though, and so what's the truth? You know what I'm saying? Like to say that the number one search engine base to get information from, you know what I'm saying? And obviously the internet is a big database, so you have to understand what's credible and what's not. What's the truth then? You know what I'm saying? What is the truth if you can't go on Google to go look up information? Go to a library Or the book's a lie. Because remember, we move the goalposts. People move the goalposts from saying that the stuff that's in the books is a lie, but then now the stuff. So where's the truth at then? Where is the truth? Especially for you, Goon. I see you in here right now. So what's up? How we doing today? But where do you get the truth at then? Explain to me where you would get the truth at if Google isn't the place, if a book isn't the place. Where do you get your truth from? No, I respect that too, sir. It's like, once again, you gotta go, because some things that are documented, like you gotta go to the libraries and shit to really get some of the real shit that just doesn't get reported. But once again, you can still Google a lot of your information. Yeah, that's conspiracy talk for me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same thing with the books. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever heard of his story? Google ain't the truth, but Google is definitely a place where you can get your information from. Because I feel like a lot of people ain't using Google, but a lot of people that I'm realizing saying Google ain't the truth are the same people that actually don't really use Google or don't know how to use Google. So it's like you got to cross-reference everything. Like I said, you got to get your sources, your 3 credible sources. I don't even know what song you requested, Braden. This is my first time seeing you in here. And with that being said too as well, this is probably this song, and then I'm doing another song after that, and then I'm kind of heading out.
Oxygen, waking up to sirens, not psalms or the gospel hums. This is where the summer's numb, justice runs. Only love we knew, dog, would come with the muzzled tongues. Product of the corner, studied under thunder suns. Lightning in my bloodline, pressure in my mother's lungs. Wasn't handed nothing, really had the muscle crumbs. Every
thing I really like about Manny's flow is that the shit's strong. You know what I'm saying? His flow is strong and he raps with conviction. You know what I'm saying? So I really do rock with GOAT's rapping ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably the one song that like I probably like am over critiquing and criticizing, but we have such a strong difference of opinions on it that it's only right. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully my man doesn't take it as anything less than just having a constructive conversation in regards to this, because we stand different on this, and that's just what it is. Doesn't make me look at homie different. Doesn't make me be like, oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe to his channel. I'm not gonna support or like anything that he does. Just don't like this. You know what I'm saying? I just don't agree with all of this like that. That's all. It is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people can be sensitive to that. You know what I'm saying? But I think all of us need to, grow a pair a little bit and just kind of, agree to disagree and just move on.
Days of war zone, but still I could tussle tons. They fed me lies, said my future was a puzzle done. But I saw the kings fall and knew I wasn't one of them. Now I tell the youth, don't trust what the devil brung. He'll sell you death wrapped in chains with the bezel spun.
That's
Make your own lane, don't run with the settle run. Cause you ain't just a product, you're the sum of what's yet to come. Black Republican in the corrupt government. It's time I bring the map to the hood. I'm not judging them. Anytime that I'm back in the hood, these race hustlers are never screaming for black lives in our circumferences. Black Republican, cause I won't succumb to them. Refuse to be a puppet, I broke the woke covenant. Lack the love, they want the government to mother them. They lock us up so they no fathers, they the humble sons.
Thank you, Kim.
Being friendly and being a friend, I think.
Yeah, I ain't too mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see GOAT's standpoint on that. Do I agree with his standpoint fully on it? Not entirely. Like, I say about, like, I say 30, 40. No. I say 60, 40. You know what I'm saying? I'll go 60, 40 on, like, my agreement stance. Because that's the funny thing is that, like, somebody who be in the middle, like, there's some conservative takes that I, like, agree with and stand with. And then there's a lot of liberal takes that I'm like, that's a little bit sensitive, a little bit extra. So it's, like, funny that I watch both sides and I just be like, yeah, I'm good on that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But, yeah, I mean, shout out GOAT. Definitely go check out my man's page. Check out his album, The Inevitable. Fire ass tracks on that. Like, he's dropped about 3 or 4 of those on there, and I really liked a lot of those. Like, once again, I'm a guy that's not gonna like every project that anybody comes out with. You know what I'm saying? So this is just one of the mill. You know what I mean? And once again, if we got different standpoints or different way of how we look at this politics stuff, I would probably not bang with a lot of these type of songs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see how I treat Tom? You know what I'm saying? Y'all see how I treat the Tom song. So like that, if these are the songs that we gonna do, it's gonna get the same type of criticism. Does it change how I view GOAT as a man and as a person? Nah. But once again, he does music. I like music. I like his music. If it's going to be put out there, it's open for any sort of criticism, whether it's positive or negative. And when I say positive or negative, but whether I agree or disagree with like the points of the songs, people just gotta like, pull their skirts down a little bit and stop getting so sensitive about an opinion. Now I can see if I was like, yo, this, saying if I was on some shit like that and like, hey, know it, all right, I get it. But I'm just like, yo, I just don't agree with this shit. And motherfuckers be like, you're a fucking hater. Roar. You know what I'm saying? Some shit. And like, to be honest with you, none of this shit I take serious in regards to just like my opinion on a fucking song. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that people really get like upset or think that I really get mad, like, just know, like, I really like don't lose any sleep over this shit, or I don't get really that mad about this shit. Now, do I wish, is it frustrating that people just don't want to be together? Yes, but that has nothing to do with music. That has nothing to do with like, the song or like how a person's rapping, what they got to say in their point of view of shit. It's just more or less like, I just wish people would really be fucking together, dog. Like, I just really wish people would stop this bullshit. You know what I mean? I wish people would stop falling for the okie doke. I just like that for the whole thing. You know what I mean? I really wish that. But if people can't take that and they take the message as something else, I can't control how somebody else feel either. I just can't. And I'm not going to try to do that. You always going to get it cold cut over here. Like, you never going to get no fugazi ass type of shit over here. No matter who it is, how it go, who I like, who I dislike, you're going to get the same type of energy and same type of vibe every single time. Like, there's no cookie cutter bullshit over here. You know what I'm saying? There's never going to be no cookie cutter bullshit. If I like something, I like it. If I don't, I fucking don't. You know what I'm saying? That's just point blank, period. And I'm sorry, Goat's fucking reaction gotta get the brunt end of this rant, but that's just what it is. Like, I understand people are fans of people have strong opinions and stand strong on certain shit, but just as much as y'all stand strong on certain shit, you do have to understand people are gonna stand strong on their shit too, right? So it's not about trying to convince or change minds or whatever. Like, if that's not something that you can get down with, get the fuck on. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But shout out, GOAT. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. We out of here. Peace.